Okay, Mirian. So now that we know where the 5th fret and the 7th fret are and what string is called which, we're going to be looking at, so this chord's called E minor, and it's in your song quite a bit. K-bode. And what we did during the lesson, aside from look at this C thing we'll be talking about in a second, is look at playing some E minor chords up around the 7th and 5th fret, where we're playing both fretted notes and open strings as well, meaning your left hand's doing stuff, but we're not barring, we're just playing a couple different notes. So, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. Index, middle, ring, pinky. I mean, I know you know that, but us referring to them during the lesson was taking some time, so just those are the ones I'm referring to. And again, just thinking about it consciously for a second will make it easy to follow what I'm doing, easier. So yeah, when I'm talking about a chord, just the same way that tablature looks, I'm going to just start on the 6th string and go down towards the ground. So the 6th string is open. Next string down, the 5th string, and when I'm saying down, I do mean down, not laterally, I mean down like I'm pointing at the ground, the floor, my feet are down. The next string down, the 4th string, I'm putting my first finger there. So there's our grip for this E minor chord, where we're going to be throwing in other things with our pinky potentially as well. Your middle finger is going to be doing nothing, just chilling out. So there's this E minor. You probably already know power chords that look like this. This is the opposite. Instead of that, this. But either way, there we go. And that's the first thing I've tabbed on in your email. If you don't already know how to interact with tablature, the numbers are just what fret to play, and if that's the case, email me back. But either way, we've got the visual representation here. There's that, and there's a CD here, and here's us doing that, so we see sounds like the same chord, and you can, Cool, so there's our basic E minor, up around the 7th fret, including open strings, starting grip. Then there's various stuff we can do with our pinky. One that's easy to reach is putting your pinky not on the 6th, not on the 5th, not on the 4th, but on the 3rd string at the 7th fret. So this is going to be at the same fret your ring finger is at, but not on this. And when you were doing this during the lesson, just kind of troubleshooting, it was always your first instinct to put it on the string the 4th string, right under it, but we mean one string more down towards the ground. The 3rd string of your instrument. 1, 2, 3 at the 7th fret. So now this chord grip that we were playing a second ago just has a pinky note in it as well. And it looks like this one, this one, this one. So we didn't change anything about what we were doing here. We just put our pinky there. And that sounds all. That's the same thing that happens when we're playing in first position and we go, like, which if that's not something you're already doing. But yeah, so at this point, let's make sure that your left thumb is here, not here, or here. That's something that people tend to do subconsciously when they move up the neck, is keep their thumb back there, which makes the strings harder to reach, even though the frets are closer together up here. So there would never be a downside to having your thumb parallel to your index and middle finger, whatever juxtaposition we're in, whether we're playing thumb over top stuff or in classical position. So what I'm referring to, again, here's my hand, here's my thumb, and then when I move, not keeping your thumb there or here or something, but just moving your entire arm. When we move up to the 7th fret, it's something that's occurring in our shoulder and elbow, not our wrist at all. So there we go. And that's something to check out, with bar chords when you move. You'll see that your thumb is already doing this. out of necessity when you go to play a bar chord. So there we go. There's our new E minor and D minor 7. And those are things you can do instead of that. Cool. At about 5 minutes in, so yeah, for all other chords in the song, you were doing some, suspensions and moving your fingers already, but C, you were just going C. And that's how we got to the concept of my middle finger is moving. I'm playing a C chord. And my middle finger is just going on, off, on, off. And that can work in various capacities. But we talked about doing it as a hammer-on, which means that left-hand-wise, you're going to go, my finger's hovering, just ready to strike. So just wiggle that finger there, and try to do a decisive movement where you come from nothing to boom, boom. Cool. When you do a hammer-on, it means by definition that you've only hit the instrument once. This is Arthur, my associate, the kitty there. So, a hammer-on is, I have strummed the instrument, then I did the second thing by moving my hand. The same thing you do when you go already in your songs. So this is just the first thing we talked about being able to do with C chords, other than just, you can be like, and that's, right hand just going down, down, up, down, up, and you can do it. So there you go. There's the primary thing we were thinking of for C. It's because, again, in your song, you're doing stuff like, if we notice that from the E minor is the same in this chord. So that's why we're doing this exactly. And also it's the first, kind of option A for doing stuff with C major, where you don't add other notes that make it like a 7th chord, but still just playing C major and doing things with. So this is the equivalent of going in your E minor is this. Cool, so just stop and work on that a little bit. And as long as your hand movement is decisive, I can hit the strings and wait a while and hammer on, and it'll still sound fine. Things that might get in the way of that would be your ring finger touching that string accidentally when you go like this potentially, or moving your middle finger too far away from the instrument in order for it to be visually demonstrative for you. So we want to just move it the minimum amount possible away from the instrument, so it's just ready to come right back. So, before you try this as a hammer-on, just be like, this one, this one, this one, this one, get that to sound, and then hammer-on. Right now I'm just going I strummed. Cool. And this is the same as our, again. So that'll fit nicely into your into this song exactly. And hey, Experiment was saying, has to take this right twice total, even if that's not how it went on the CD. Just see how it sounds, even if you're then just to be like, okay, but I'm still not going to do that. It's good to have some kind of chorus in the song, and even if this song is like a this one, that one, long form, Bob Dylan-y type song that's very cool and has a lot of sophisticated things happening in it. That's the only structural feedback that I had. And guitar-wise, there were sections where you were going like, I think it would sound better if you did a dead stop, which is going to mean you right hand mute. When you're doing hits, when you're like going, I was playing, and now I'm... rather than... which I think you're already doing at other points on the song. Cool. So there we go. Last assignment is when you're playing this G stuff at the very beginning, try to just talk with yourself about, I'm at the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. I'm at this, with the different things you do at the very top of the song. try to just think about what your hand's doing in terms of I'm on this string, I'm on that string, seeing it visually and verbally in your internal dialogue, interacting with that. All right, good stuff. I mean, I think we'll do 500, 900% more work at all subsequent sessions, having dealt with the which string is what, which fret is what, which was just like kind of a formality of having an unpleasant few minutes of going, okay, new stuff, new terminology. I will see you very soon. Be well, enjoy your weekend, and I'm going to put this email together for you.